Okay, right. Nutrition 101. Well, at least 101 for now, anyway. Right, traditional nutrition, especially Northwest European, British nutrition, has traditionally been 2,000 to 2,500 kilocalories a day per person. Gender-based, 2,000 if you're a lady, 2,500 if you're a male, composed of a solid chunk of protein, a good dollop of a carbohydrate of some kind, and vegetable portion. Yeah, on the whole, that's generally okay. If in the course of your day you are running up and down scaffolding and carrying bales of bricks, mixing cement, cutting wood, chopping wood, ploughing fields, milking cows, going out, working your body, making all of these systems of your body work hard. Sort of like fluctuating your temperature, getting hot and sweaty and cooling down, and all the processes that moving bodies do. But when your body stops moving as you get older, there's a requirement for a complete change in things. Well, actually, if we can start to teach our youngsters a little bit earlier, then we can start to change eating. 2 meals a day, no more than 2 meals a day. The main meal. Female, 1,200 calories, 1,000 calories, plenty. But for you, madam, today, protein. What is protein for? Protein is the building block of everything here. We are made of protein. Proteins are also synthesized right down at DNA level to do various things. So we do need protein. But if we use milk, if we eat cheese, unless we're healing and unless we're moving around again, and this is why people like manual workers. Manual work alone requires that your body regenerates its cellular structure quicker. If you're more sedentary, you don't need a whole raft of protein all the time. It's a bad fallacy. Carbohydrates are energy. Okay, energy is fuel. So think about a car. Fuel is petrol. Okay, so put as much petrol. We're very. It's a nice idea to go out to the garage and load your tank up with fuel. So the needle says full. And ostensibly by eating up to maybe even 2,000 calories every day, we are keeping our stomachs permanently full. So what we're essentially doing is we're burning off a little bit, but we're topping it up all the time without even having a gauge to know how much we've used. Okay. So this is why just for now, with this little bit of a shock we're trying to do to your bowel, we need to only you only really need to put into your mouth the things that you need. It's going to be a small amount of energy. So for energy, they're the white foods. Okay. For energy, for you at the moment, potatoes. I think we discussed the potatoes and rice. They're nice to break down. Potatoes are really nice to break down. Really, really good. Nourishment. Now, the best way to get nutrition, and when we talk about nutrition, what we're ostensibly talking about is vitamins. Vitamins, minerals, trace elements. So all of the important things that your body needs to function efficiently every single day and at night while you're asleep as well. They're the really important things. Now, you can just go straight to Amazon and buy, I think there is a plant-based multivitamin by a company called Time. That's a really easy way. It's a dead simple way. And it's probably a way forward for you now. But the things that your body needs, and they are the vitamins, they're all the really, really essential daily vitamins that your body needs all the time, every day. They're all in vegetables and fruit, right? Fruit. You need to talk about fruit. Fruit, not good for you at the moment, okay? it's not your friend at the moment. So if you can keep fruit away, one apple, maybe one orange a day, that's fine. But try and keep the rest. And fruit juice, no, fruit juice. Put fruit juice in your mouth and it goes down into your stomach, and it's all fructose. No, so it's mostly fructose. There is some glucose in it. The glucose is immediately available to burn. Fructose, liver fat. That's the only place it goes. Okay, that is what fructose is about. That's why high fructose corn syrups are making America fat. But we're getting it by the back door by thinking, oh yeah, fruit juice is really healthy. We can drink those of that. But it's not. No, one glass of fruit juice is all right. Look at what the fruit juice manufacturer boasts in every one glass. So if you get a glass of juice, there's probably about maybe 5 to 8 oranges in there. Would you ever sit down and eat 5 to 8 oranges? No, you wouldn't. The reason why we don't do that is because it's a mass of fructose. Now, if you're a silverback gorilla, yay, great, happy days, because you need it. But we're not silverback gorillas, okay? So leave the fruit juice. If we could have juices, stick to really, really simple things. Beaver ginger cordial, or ginger cordials in general, are useful. That's a useful way of getting sugar, and the really essential vitamin, or the really essential thing that you want at the moment is ginger. Ginger in Ayurvedic terms equals it's fire. It's putting fire into your stomach. So stomach's up here, yeah? First thing where your food falls into is your stomach, and what we want in there is we want a hearty fire burning. It's the place where any food that goes in is cooking is digestion. Cooking is pre-digestion. So when we cook meat, we're doing the job of the stomach. We're pre-digesting it. We're using heat to break down the parts of the meat that make the protein more available to us. So when we have when we're loving our body and we're preparing it to, that's what you're doing now. You are going. This is a serious battle you're going into. You can change your whole life. Your stomach, your brain is going to scream at you to stop doing it because it doesn't like what you're about to do, and you're really going to fuck it up. You're going to fuck up your brain, okay? You can do all kinds of things that that you don't feel are right, and they won't be nice as well because you'll be putting things into your face that aren't necessarily what you'd normally put into your mouth, and they won't taste good. But if you've done your breathing properly, you'd be choosing by now to taste things and not taste things. If you can just choose to do some breathing on that down breath. If you want to put stuff in your mouth and not taste it, use the down breath and make sure you can hold your down breath for a minute, okay? If you can practice that, that's really easy. You can then and you can choose not to taste them, okay? You can make taste a choice. It's just like seeing, okay? Close your eyes. Close your taste buds off by breathing out, holding it, going into that place. Kills pain, stops taste, does all kinds of things, okay? That's all you really need to do. If you want to take the Gratama as well, just stick it in some juice. Neck. Wait a minute. Go on, wash it with some water. But anyway, so not fruit juice. So there's a few things. I'm going to go off track. I don't want to do that. Cider apple vinegar. Get a bottle of cider apple vinegar. The organic one. It's got what do they call it? It's got the mother in it. Yeah. Get a reasonable amount of that every morning. I think I've told you before. Lemon juice and warm water. Add to that. Actually, yeah. Lay off the warm water. Lay off the lemon juice for a while. Get a tablespoon of that, and mix the mother into the cider apple vinegar every morning. Tablespoon. I mean, a good tablespoon, not a dessert spoon. It's the big, it's the big tablespoon. Use a dessert spoon into a glass. Tiny bit of warm water, and again, knack that immediately. That's an immediate pro and prebiotic straight down into your stomach first thing in the morning. Stomach goes, what the fuck has just happened? I've got acid and fucking probiotics. It's like, oh. And that's what we're doing. You can start talking to your stomach, and you can start talking to your intestines and say, wake the fuck up. I need you to digest. I need you to extrude food in. I need you to fucking shit. Okay? So that's first thing in the morning. 15 minutes after that, go in with some more warm water and a little bit of lemon juice, and then wait at the beginning of the day. How we're going to set you up to begin the day. I would have you fast, well, at least not put digestible food or food that requires digesting a solid food into you until 11 o'clock. Okay, post 11 o'clock. And that is because at 11 o'clock, the rhythm that kicks in is there. That is, it's the best one you can use for a reasonable amount of food. And I don't know whether you're familiar with this phrase of, breakfasting like a king, feasting like a prince, I think, and supper like a pauper. So, that structure of, most of the food there at the beginning of the day, less in the middle, and then small amount in the evening. Nothing like that. But we're going to do just 2 meals. One is going to be early. It's going to be between 11 and 2, ideally. And that's going to be a big bit. And then in the evening, small amount. Nothing more than that. Maybe sit down with the kids. And that's all you really want to do. That meal in the evening should be no later than 7. You should leave at least 2 to 3 hours before you get into bed, okay? Yeah, so we discussed white foods, energy, so rice and potatoes are the only things available to you. Bananas, 1 banana a day, okay, 1 apple a day, okay, 1 banana, 1 apple, they're all right. Bananas, they can be a complicated food. They're probably something you might want to build in slowly because they don't always help with peristalsis. They can sometimes be a little bit constipating. If you can possibly you can probably get them on the web, ginger shots, carrot shots, turmeric shots, stuff like that. Ginger shots are bloody brilliant. They do they'll do the work of so many different things, all in, what is it, about 150, maybe 100 millilitres. You get as close as you can to pure ginger juice, and it does all kinds of just sends all kinds of happy signals. There's two brilliant signals. One is fire, and one is it's wake up, I love you, everything's brilliant. Yeah, it's lots of things, and it will do that to you. It warms you up here. This bit here is where Vishuddhi chakra is, okay, and this is these things here are weak in us, people like us, addicts. We don't have a voice. We used to lie. We've told lots of untruths. We're just learning to find a new voice for ourselves. And we also, because we've had to tell so many lies, this all lives here. It's a process. Yeah. So green. I'm tempted to sort of no, just keep it easy. See, now because you've told me about high fibre, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, but what you want is things like, so ideally for you, kale juices, cucumber, peel your cucumber, peel all your vegetables, do that anyway. Cucumber is not good, cucumber skin is a bad thing to put in your stomach, it's completely indigestible. I'm just thinking about actually coconut water. I've got a feeling that coconut water may be your friend. I'm also aware that I've told you about, oat milk is in there. Moderate your oat milk. For now, we're going to treat it as a white food. And I think we really need to keep it for night time. It may just be your supper. A glass of warm oat milk. Turmeric. I don't know whether you take turmeric. Now, turmeric's one of those things that a lot of people take, and nobody actually realizes why they take it. One of the principal reasons that I know a lot of, especially yogic people, take it is it's known as a natural anti-inflammatory, which converts these completely untrue. Because when you take turmeric, the reason why you get an effect from it is because it causes an inflammatory response. It's actually an inflammatory. But in guided amounts, curcumin, it's almost like an immune vaccination. So it's getting your immune response fit. If you already have turmeric built into your daily regimen, that's fine. But I would start to build in. I'll start to build turmeric in. It's not a big, there's like a holy trinity of things there. I think it's turmeric, black pepper, and ginger in powder. Roughly with the proportions of it's about 2 think if you can do 2-2-1, so that's 2 turmerics, 2 gingers to 1 black pepper. And again, the faddy people will tell that black pepper, was it? It's not pepper, potentiates. The biochemistry of these things is so complex, and nobody actually knows how they work anyway. So nobody actually knows what it does. It's not even worth trying to explain it, but it can't be explained pharmaceutically. None of these things can. That's why using Western allopathic terms and pharmaceutical terms to try and explain old Ayurvedic cures doesn't work. But for now, we're just trusting the process. What else have I got up there? You already said you've got mushrooms in your diet. That's good. Reishi. I think you said you've got lion's mane. You can get reishi in there. Reishi is a great mushroom for the female biology. It's a very, very good mycoestrogen. It's not phytoestrogen, it's a mycoestrogen. So it's a really good mushroom analog for estrogen. If you build reishi into your diet, you'll probably find that you won't even know what you feel about sort of like the menopause, but you probably won't even notice the menopause happening. What's the other thing as well? Just looking at, okay. So yeah, don't need much energy during the day. It's fuel, okay? Decide what your journeys are. And if for you it's getting up, going, sitting in the car, operating the gear lever and then a phone, you don't need much by way of white food every day. Because all of that white food does, it eventually just goes to fat anyway. That stuff, the stomach showed me the other day, whatever that's doing in there, most of what you eat, to me it seems like it's either sitting inside festering, fermenting badly, or sitting inside festering and going to fat. So don't give it anything with an energy content, and that's anything with like a kilojoules, okay? That's all white stuff is for. It's all, it's the only reason why my mamas and our previous mamas used to stick a big loaf of bread on the table. It's a filler. It's there for energy. They went, yeah, and it's there for that, and it's there for that only. We can almost cut that out altogether. There's enough in other things. There's enough calories in milk. There's enough calories in oat milk. There's enough calories in a little bit of whatever else we have, but we really do not need calories. As a matter of fact, if we could cut calories out, all that's really going to happen to your body is going to go keto. If you can go keto, you're going to go into a whole other place of other wonder. And I'm just wondering if it's actually safe to. I think it'd be really good to get your body keto. That's if you can look up what keto is. More think about it. It's a whole brilliant way, and that would be achievable through. Starving it of sugar. Yeah, and this is where I need to discuss fat with you. You've got to start putting fat into your body, okay? If you've got any spreads in your fridge, margarines, low-fat spreads, soft spreads, soft butters, fucking throw them in the bin. Don't even bother to burn them. Just throw all that processed shit in the bin. Get some butter. Use a bit of butter if you like. If you do have to have a slice of toast, toast can become a luxury for you. You can put butter on it. Butter's fucking your friend. But I think for you, I use ghee. I'm old-fashioned. Says the white man who thinks he's in India. I use ghee. I just have a teaspoon of ghee before I put food in my mouth. And yeah, so I'll tell you about it with ghee. But you can use a teaspoon of coconut oil. Get yourself a nice quality jar of coconut oil. Warm it gently, maybe in a bain-marie, which is where you put water underneath it. And then get some fika, put it in the fika, and before every meal, have a teaspoon, okay? Just before your food, just before you put anything else in. Now, when you eat fat, with fika in it especially, or when you eat ghee, a teaspoon of pure ghee, it travels through your system, and it does not get digested, and it does not get turned to fat in your body. What it does is it caresses and it loves your digestive tract. It's also a brilliant way when you put fika in there. If that whatever that teaspoon of ghee does, or a teaspoon of coconut oil, it can be coconut oil, it can be some hemp oil. There's some, I think Holland and Barrett. I've got some flash oils. Good Omer. I can't remember. They're posh oils, and I think they're probably the trendy fat people like to call them MCTs. MCT is another it's a slight variation of coconut oil. all MCTs are essentially coconut oil, but not all coconut oil is MCTs. So it's a wonderful way of relabeling quite cheap products imported from the poorest parts of the world with nice labels on, and then shafting people for quite a lot of money. Very often people can't afford. So yeah. So if you think in terms of how much fat you're going to put into your body, if you're going to have 2 substantial meals a day, you want to be trying to put 2 decent teaspoons of unexpurgated, unmixed with anything fat. For you, that would be an easy one to do with coconut oil with a bit of FICO in. Brilliant way to start the day as well. And coffee, okay? Have that. So first thing in the morning, have your vinegar, have your lemon juice and water, and then when you're ready, your first little bit of like wake up is going to be your cup of coffee, and have your teaspoon of ghee with FICO in just before your coffee, and then wash it down. That is your morning routine. That's going to take you to 11 o'clock. Okay? Got to do this. Got to fucking do this. You're not going to die, okay? I won't fucking let you. If you don't do this, I know, I'm feeling bad because I know I should have come up by now, but for various reasons I just haven't. But yeah, then you can have your meal around 11. We need to work on this because, you know, at 11 o'clock what would be really brilliant would be to start to put, a really nice thing to put into your body that is very sattvic is something like a nice green salad. And when I say green salad, I mean get some nice iceberg lettuce. Now the reason why I say iceberg, posh birds don't eat iceberg. You know, they have all the remains and all the, I can't remember how I used to know all of these things. But get some iceberg lettuce because lettuce is very high on sattvic level. It doesn't require a great deal of digestion. It's fibrous, but it's not high. It's not the kind of fibre that is probably going to irritate you. It passes through you very easily, and because you're now using coconut oil before your food, your stomach's just going to think, oh yeah, oh god, I love this food. This food is fucking lovely. Sorry. So you're going to put the lettuce in. You're going to put the cucumber in. Now here's a little opportunity if you get some protein. Fresh whole peas, or if you don't have any fresh whole peas, just go to your freezer, take some peas out, leave them in a strainer, let them thaw, and eat them like that. It's a brilliant way of getting green stuff, and you're getting chlorophyll. You're also getting a little bit of protein. Really, you don't need to put anything else with that. You could put a few potatoes with it. That'd be okay. That's okay as well. Put a bit of potatoes, and then you can start to think, okay, what can I do with rice? With your rice, yeah, an egg is okay. Okay, 1 egg. Okay, have 1 egg. It's a little bit of protein. But it's there's some really good fat in there as well that your body will like. This is another thing that you need to this is a lot of this will sound contra to Western thinking, but when we deprive ourselves of fat, we know it. You know that creature inside us that lives in here, we know it. We make up for it. It's like if we have Diet Coke, we'll drink a whole bottle. Best thing is to just go out and get Coca-Cola and have 1 glass. It's a much better thing to do than drink a whole fucking pile of shit, for no apparent reason that it's compulsive. Yeah, it's no diet, I could drink loads of this. It's a bad mentality. It's a Western mentality. Go and look in all of your freezer shelves and all of the shelves in your supermarket. Less calories is offered to you as a better alternative, and it's not. You don't get away with stuff like that. So rice, you can put an egg in there, so it's egg fried rice. You can also you can add a spoonful of butter as well. That's okay. Evening. Now what have we allowed you? We've allowed you piss all. So just for a while. Fish. Fish is okay. Fish is another nice thing to put in rice. Fish goes nicely in rice. And the oily fishes, keep away from salmon. Too many toxins, too many poisons in it. It's all fucking farm, so just don't trust it. It's not a good thing to eat. Fish oils, try and avoid them for now. Omega-3s, they're not easy for your body to break down. Plant-based omega-3s, if you're using flax oil, that's the one I was trying to think of. Flax oil, flaxseed oil, flaxseed as well. I think you probably mentioned to me before you may have some flaxseed in the house. And yeah, but I think keep it simple by expanding the list of things that are easily available for you to eat. And if things start to not go right, then we don't know what to add in or what to take out. So just for now, those really nice thick vegetables, things like lettuce, cucumber. Chop a spring onion in there, onions and garlic. Take them out for now. They're essentially think of them as pharmaceuticals. They have specific effects on your internals. We don't want specific effects for now. Well, we do. Specific effects is your body going, oh, gosh, it's food, but it's so easy to digest, and that's what we're looking for. I'm able to tell you what's easy to digest because for how long? For the last nearly 2 years, I've been looking at things coming out of my little bag, and it's why I've learnt so much. And potatoes and lettuce and cucumber and peas are difficult to digest. You've got to chew as well. It's one thing I really need to start saying. I think I've talked to you before about this. This is your skin on your face, and just here you can see your skin changes. A slight change around the mouth, and then there's a sensitive bit here. And this is an evolutionary strategy. This whole thing is protection, but it stopped protecting us because we've left a lot of the choices that this used to make down to food manufacturers, and people have told us over the years that it's safe to smoke, it's good to smoke. You should eat lots of eggs. All of this is good. Oh, now we don't like fat. Now we don't like salt. Now we don't like these things. Now eat these things. Eggs are not good. This is not good. Cut down the amount of alcohol. Public health bodies don't trust any. If you trust public health bodies now, then that you obviously have a health body that's giving you very clear information. I think your experience with the health profession and in general is similar to mine. It's very scary unless you're a pretty healthy person. So. We're not very healthy people. We have to go an extra mile to find out what's right for us and what's good for us. So yeah, psychologists, GPs, surgeons, can't trust surgeons, can't trust oncologists. I trust nurses. Nurses generally, before they do anything, they look into your eyes and they talk to you. And they find out a bit about the person. And generally that's all that's really required for a lot of people anyway. But lost my thread again. So yeah, we're not going to listen to these people. We're going to, we're going and this, yeah. So yeah, we've stopped using this as a means of letting us know what's good. Because at the moment something goes in here, there's a reaction. You put something in your mouth, and cats do it. Cats know. You hear a lot of people say, "Oh, don't give that to the cat. It might make it bad." Trust me, if there's anything on that that a cat finds bad, it will not eat it. And we've lost that ability. It's an innate ability, and we still have it. We've stopped using it. And as we elevate ourselves, as we become more spiritually inclined, and as our consciousness becomes more boundless, and as our consciousness elevates, and as we go up here, we know that we start to know these things more. These are, there are little things that we used to call in. Oh, I've got an instinct about this. That smell of chicken. You're a mama. When you take that smell of chicken out, you think, "Oh no, I'm not cooking that." Okay, that is a specific bacteria that is so attuned into our brains. We have so much going on in here. The smells, especially the smells of sewage and all those smells. Historically, they kept us away from dysentery, from plague, from all kinds of things, and we've stopped using them. Okay, that's why, as conscious human beings, we start to become more aware of this. So the moment it goes in there, is where our digestion starts. And behind your teeth, you start chewing, and as you start chewing, your nervous system wakes up, and there's a whole ancient system that goes on in there. I've been talking to you all about it. That then starts to send signals to everywhere else, and that's the process. So chew in there, savor the taste. I know I've told you to eat a lot of things that don't taste particularly good, but conscious, that's what we're doing. We're becoming conscious, and we're sometimes and yeah, I'll introduce the concept of hormesis. Is it hormetic stress? Yeah, well, it's hormesis anyway. It's the Greek word hormesis, and it stresses. You've heard of good stresses and bad stresses. Good stress is that stress that we choose, and they can be anything. Swallowing a mouthful of vinegar, it's not a pleasure. Okay, it's But when you make that choice to do something that's not a pleasure, you're putting your mind under hormetic stress. It's a state of hormesis. And when you put it into your body, it's like, yes, I've just made the conscious decision to put that into me. It's not a nice sensation, but I know, and this is where power starts to come out, I know it's good. I know it's going to do good. And it's where, and you feed off this as you start to do your body good, you start to love your body more, your body loves you, you love your body, and you get into a cycle of self-love. That's what we're trying to do. And once you get into a cycle of self-love, you become conscious. And when you become conscious of what you pick up to put in your face, you generally tend to give it more concern. You bite into it and you taste it. And you chew every single bit and you taste every single thing. And as you taste every single thing, there's that realization that what you're putting into your body, whatever it is, let's just say we're just biting into a cheeky apple. We are just about to change that apple into a piece of us. We're digesting something, and then we're assimilating it into our body, into our food body. Now, our food body. And you start talking about different bodies again. The Annamaya Kosha, the Manomaya Kosha, and the Pranamaya Kosha, the food body. This one you can see, the mental body and the energy body. Because we have to treat these as well, and that is one of the ways that we can cheat the physical body, is by using the other two bodies. Okay? It's the yogic treat, or cheat. Well, it's a treat as well, but it is essentially a hack. 3 bodies that we have immediate control over. Actually 5 bodies that we potentially can control, but this top one is not immediately available. So we're going to use these 3. We're going to become conscious, healthy livers, humans, progressing with purpose in a harmonious and balanced way. Okay. 32 minutes. I'm sorry, that's over half an hour. Ask me questions from here, okay? And I'll start to fill in details. Maybe you have to start doing this. Okay, this is not an option anymore. If it was possible to do checks on keep banging on about this book. I've finished it now. Finished a whole fucking huge book. Finished. It's backwards, isn't it? The Emperor of all Maldies. Yeah. Precancerous cells. We're living with them all. And precancerous cells just love a fucked up digestive system. You've got to get that digestive system sorted out. And you start today, you start now. Very often in the white heat of the moment, it's very often too easy to get over involved with what you should do. One of the things that is going to be a really good exercise for you to do is to learn about the things that you can stop doing. Okay? The things you can stop doing. This is compulsive eating, compulsive snacking. And you're a mum, I know you don't. It's compulsive everything, okay? You've got to become aware of every single thing we do. But yeah, compulsive eating, compulsive snacking, compulsion, I suppose. Yeah, lost it again. Okay. Start today, please. Yeah. Oh yeah, stopping things. So it's look, it's as long as you become conscious, and a good way to do that is when you actually get up, look, start to feel every step you take on the floor. Take each step of the staircase singly at a time. Become familiar with each step. Have names for your feet: left foot, right foot, left foot on step, right foot on same step, left foot. Do that. And that in itself, that becomes the process of dharana, which is, it's the precursor to proper meditation. And you will slowly focus. This is what happens. Your world is out here. And slowly it starts to focus. Your world comes down here. And your world gets very, very manageable. Okay? That's what it's like. It's here. It's concentrated. And then you can internalize it. And slowly you become the boss of your world. That's what you're doing. You're becoming the boss of your world. So stop doing the bad things. And it's a two-way process. I mentioned to you about Cartesian duality. Okay, so Cartesian duality is basically what all doctors learn. It's right there at the basis of medical training. The mind and the body are two separate things. They do not influence each other. They cannot influence each other. There is a blood-brain barrier. So the two things can never, they do not influence each other. So depression has nothing to do with inflammation in the stomach. Inflammation in the stomach, inflammation in the body, chronic fatigue syndrome, central sensitization, fibromyalgia, all of these things, they're all the same thing. They're all stored stresses, physiologically stored stresses as a result of trauma of the mental body. It's the mental body that's traumatized, and it leaves its mark in the physical body. And the other way around as well. The physical traumas that we have in life, they do leave a mark. It's like, and they make us tighten up as well. It's that tightening. Yeah, just become conscious of your day. Fucking hell, sorry. I really do find it easy to talk to. I'm sorry. Desperately sorry.